welcome to today's edition of the USAP Community School News Broadcast. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Luyanda and
Denise and Luyanda.
Now, without further ado, let us get straight to our headlines.
The WIFI Diarrhea over the weekend, the day of triumph and reflection, the tears, nostalgia, USAPS again. We go straight to our news in detail.
Convocation, the TA's nostalgia. A fine line divides now and tomorrow. The greening students sit at the other side of the line, the now, and the teaching assistants on the other, the tomorrow. The now symbolizes the struggle of today, and tomorrow symbolizes the achieved dream, and this being so, they sat in one room physically. It was a convocation to give insight to the students on how to cross this line. It was a convocation beautifully delivered, with my Manu giving opening remarks. She introduced the speakers, highlighting the diversity of their origin. It was a band of geniuses handpicked from all over: Bulawayo, Zwishabane, Braidbridge, Binga, Marondera, and Gweru. The first speaker, Lisedi, walked up to the podium with an air of sophistication so thick you could smell it. He connected to the room with an imaginary string into one heartbeat from a heart tattooed by the honor code. He said, and I quote, "USAP is a site of metamorphosis and not a place of permanent residence." End quote. Up next was Miss Yvette, who talked about academic life at USAP. She told the sweating audience that everything was going to be okay. She let the school into a big secret. She said, "Teachers are actually friendly." The whole room looked at the teachers to see their faces once more to check the authenticity of this. And as she left the podium, she lifted her fist and shouted with the voice of revolution, "You will all ace it." And the room applauded in unison. Up next was Mr. Mufaro N. He walked up to the podium, smiling and waving to the crowd. People cheered like there was no tomorrow. In a blink of an eye, he disappeared and everyone gasped. After a few seconds, he emerged. He had been hidden by the podium. He remarked, "How I hate podiums. They only remind me of how short I am." He talked about work programs and stewardship. Coming next was Miss Chieza. She talked about mental, physical, and spiritual health. She said everyone needed to find a tree to talk to. Everyone wanted to talk to one, but in their hearts they knew they would run away if it ever talked back. Lastly, the podium was in the hands of Mr. Godfrey. After all the parallel advice was given, there had to be balance. Mr. Godfrey took it upon himself to talk about balance. After exhausting his points, he strayed from his speech and started talking about marimba and traditional dance. He said he once joined cross country and got lost in the forest. He was grateful for this, for he would not have gotten accepted into college if not so. One could see it in the faces of the public that they also wanted to find their way to get lost somehow in a hope to get accepted by colleges too. All through the convocation, Lesedi had been the master of ceremony. Because of the absence of Mr. Tawana and Mr. Dingani, the other TA spoke on their behalf. To conclude the convocation, the students freed their chest of the burning questions and bombarded the speakers with baffling questions.
The WIFI Diarrhea over the weekend. The research clearly shows that the internet has become an indispensable part of our everyday life, and it had not come into realization until the 3-day experience. One student said, "On Saturday, I sacrificed my sweet sleep and went for morning prep, hoping to connect to the internet as I thought it would have been restored by that morning. However, as soon as I attempted to log in, I was greeted by an error message indicating that the network was down. Initially, I brushed it off as a minor glitch and attempted to reconnect multiple times, only to be met with the same frustrating message. That little exclamation mark is devastating to look at. Everyone complained that going offline was preventing them from completing work in their classes, ruining communication. They could not access the notes and assignments. The Wi-Fi tragedy worried the whole community, except for, of course, for those young fellows who took it as an excuse for not writing Mr. Tawana's wedding card assignment. Sunday night, Mr. Tawana said, and I quote, "My assignment is due tomorrow. Papana, it's plan."
Results Day, a day of triumph and reflection. After writing exams, we can only do nothing but anticipate the results. Wednesday, the 10th of January, was that day for USAP students who had written their AS and A2 exams in 2023. The atmosphere of the school was filled with anticipation and anxiety as students awaited the results of their exams. The tension affected the students to the point where they could not eat their Wednesday meal properly. When my mother brought the results, you could only hear murmuring of the students in the background, and some were seen praying in earnest. The results were issued to the advisors, so they would hand them to their advisees. The delay from some advisors made the anxiety grow even stronger for some students. The students expressed their frustration by saying, "I want to explode right now," as they waited to collect their results without wanting to talk to anyone. After everyone had received their results, you could see the glow return to everyone's face, once again revealing the true motto of the school, #USAPRocks. The long-awaited day had finally arrived, the day when all the hard work, late-night study sessions, and anxious moments culminate in a single moment of truth. Results day. On the 22nd of January, the ZIMSEC board announced that the O-level results were out. As the clock ticked to the designated time, the nerves started to kick in. Most of the lower 6 students at USAP were anxious as some of them paced up and down the school, waiting to open their results. "I will ask my big sister to open the results for me," one of the lower 6 students said. Upon receiving their results, a range of emotions unfolded among the students. Some were overwhelmed with joy, shedding tears of happiness as they celebrated their achievements. Others expressed relief and satisfaction at their performance. After absorbing the initial wave of emotions, the lower 6 students were given their phones to call home and share the good news with their families. Congratulations, Makoro Koto, Amhlope, to all the lower 6s on their ordinary level results.
Up next is our commercial break.
Mike.
This pain is unbearable.
It has been 2 months now and your symptoms are not even getting better. Are you sure that this is just a fever? Because even Pastor Machembere couldn't make you feel better. We have tried all the pharmaceutical drugs, all the traditional healers in the community.
This is not an ordinary disease.
Truly speaking, I am out of ideas. But wait, there is this shop that I have heard of, which sells medicinal herbs. Maybe those could help. Let me just go and try. So you hold on and I'll go and try to find some medicinal herbs for you.
Come in. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
I'm fine. How are you? How may I help you?
So my friend has been coughing severely and he has been losing weight. We no longer know what to do because it has been 2 months and the symptoms are not even getting better.
You said it's been 2 months
Yes.
and he's been losing weight and he's coughing severely.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think your friend is suffering from glycotomia fever, and to help him with that, I've got just the right medicine for you. Mutikiti. This is Mutikiti, and you go and give it to him. You take one leaf and you chew it from the Mutikiti, and when he chews it, you'll be better in an instant. Go try this, sir.
Thank you.
Are you worried about that fever or that cough which has been going on for days and giving you trouble? Well, do not worry. At First Care, we have the perfect solution for you. Mutikiti.
Welcome back to our news broadcast. USAP rocks again. In an electrifying realm of sports, athletes and fans unite in a mesmerizing display of agility, perseverance, and favor. Whether it's the pulsating energy of a soccer match or the grilling testament of a cross-country race, these events enrail spectators and highlight the extraordinary prowess of the participants. During the first half, the match was tight. However, the Giants were able to put 2 balls at the back of the net. The first goal was fired into the net, blinding the goalkeeper with its lightning speed by Kentu. On the 2nd of February, our cross-country team went to Arundel School. The athletes were so happy and prepared to venture the streets of the campus. As the race started, the runners surged forward, their breath forming clouds in the crisp morning air. For the boys, Nika was already leading. Tawana never ceased to amaze us, for he claimed to be on top one, but the reality is hilarious. As the race unfolded, tales of triumph and challenge emerged from every corner of the course. Some athletes found themselves struggling against cramps and fatigue, battling their inner demons with every step. Others surged ahead with unwavering determination, their eyes fixed on the finish line. Each racer faced their own personal journey, navigating obstacles both internal and external as they pressed onward. Shalom was the fastest girl.
And now a recap of our headlines for today. The Wi-Fi diarrhea over the weekend, the day of triumph and reflection, the TA's nostalgia, and USAP rocks again.
Hashtag over 4 years of professional gossip.